Hi, welcome to the One Way Football's one-on-one fan talk. I'm joined here with Luke. How are you doing, mate? How are we?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Yeah, good, good. I can see by the expression on your face right now, you're just like you're really gonna love this, aren't you? Because we've got so much to talk about. Like considering last season with Sheffield United.
Yeah, which was a great season for us, ninth in the league. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
Like for me, when I first started watching, being in League One, seeing that football, then to doing well in the Premier League, it was just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't understand it at the moment. Like they're looking at like your last right, looking at you go, let's go through your last 5 games, yeah, right? Um you played Leicester, you lost
Yeah,
5-0. I mean, I knew Leicester were gonna win that game. I didn't think it was just gonna be by that many goals.
yeah. It was just like the day, literally the day before Chris Wilder resigned, Heckingbottom just came in. It was just like nobody knew what was happening. It was just probably uncomfortable in their dressing room, so they weren't playing their usual selves. And I think that was the worst defeat that we've had in like nearly 20 years. I think
Yeah.
early 2000, last time we beat that bad.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Chris Wilder like resigning?
Like, I would have liked him to stay because he is an excellent manager, and I feel like next season when we do go down to the championship, because it is inevitable currently, that he would probably have brung us back into the Premier League, like what Norwich are doing currently.
Yeah.
But like it was just like like from what I read, it was just the signings that he made, the board criticising him a bit, and then and wanting to bring like a head of transfers. And Chris Wilder, like many people know him as like a man-to-man manager, he doesn't want anybody else involved. He is the main man in
Mhm.
playing the football, and getting somebody that signs players wherever that may not fit into his system, it wasn't going to work for him. And I just wish he could have stayed.
Yeah, because I mean, like you say, looking back at last season, and I remember you coming over on holiday over here to, and because we've known each other a couple of years now, right? And I remember sitting in. It was a day before I was going away, and it was Arsenal versus Sheffield, and I was saying like, I can't believe how well Sheffield have been doing. It's absolutely because last season, if you'd have put last season up against any team, they probably would have gone, oh god, tough game that.
Yeah, like the way we set up, uh, like other teams against big clubs, they might sit back a bit, try to get a point. But Chris Wilder, he always wanted to get 3 points no matter what. Like last season, we went all out against Liverpool, all out against Man City. They they did end up winning, but we always like took them to the edge, and they had to work for their 3 points that they got. And I was
Yeah,
just really proud of what effort all the players were putting in. They were just giving 110% each game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The game before Leicester, you played Southampton. You lost that
Yeah.
2-0. Run us through that game.
I believe we didn't play bad in it. It was just like we just don't create the chances.
Yeah,
Last season we had Jack O'Connell as our left centre back. He does great in our overlapping centre backs, which nobody like that I know of really does that as well as we do.
hmm,
And he was so creative last season, putting in lots of crosses, like coming past Ender Stevens, our left wing back, to overload him into the wings and just creating lots of space. But this season we're just like lacking that creativity that the team had last season. We were,
hmm.
and also we were just actually taking our chances when they came. Yes, we missed some, but this season, this we've created some sitters that we missed horrendously. Like yesterday against Chelsea in the FA Cup, McGoldrick had a header from about 3 yards out,
Yeah,
if that, and headed it past the post. And I don't know how he missed that. I feel like I could have scored that, and I've never played football for a team. It was just simple guiding to the goal, but I just feel like he just either jumped too early or wasn't looking at the ball properly.
Yeah. I mean, even like we look at Southampton as well, they were first at one point in the league. This is how crazy
Yeah,
this league has got. Do you know what I mean, this season? And now they're back down to, are they 14th or something like that? 14th, 15th, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. They're in the lower half,
Yeah.
but that's how things can change in football, especially in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You can be going great one time, and then it all goes downhill. It might be due to injury. It might be
Mm.
something to do behind closed doors. It just can change in the flick of a switch, and
Yeah.
the minutest like inches that your team is better than another team could be the difference between winning and losing. And I
Yeah.
feel we just haven't had that in this season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. One win in 5 games, and it was against Aston Villa. 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0. Was it comfortable 1-0, or was he still shaky?
We were still shaky towards the end of it, like playing out of the back. They still had some decent chances. I would say it was a lucky 1-0 win, but to be honest, it could have gone anywhere, and
Mm.
that's what most of ours, when we had Chris Wilder, could have gone. It
Yeah.
was we didn't score our chances, they scored theirs, and some decisions went against us. Most of our games have been by like 1 goal margins, and you never know if we could have got either some fouls uh, for us and like some fouls that went against us that if they weren't given, you never know. We could have got quite a few more points and be pushing to stay in the league.
Yeah. Your game before that as well was Liverpool. You lost 2-0. Did you not beat these in the season? In this season?
I
Have you
don't think
beat?
we
Did
have.
you haven't beaten them, have you? No.
No, no, yeah.
I was thinking of I thought there was a one of the big six that you beat this season.
Man United.
Man United, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet you were over the moon with that one.
It's good to say that we beat Man United and that I remember like first like quite a few seasons ago in League One, we played United in one of the cups at Old Trafford. I remember we still put up a good game against them, and just remember watching it. We only lost because of a handball that in the box, and Rooney just slid it away. But it was just a great game, great
Yeah,
atmosphere, and I wish because of COVID we could go to more games, because going home or away, just the atmosphere for the players is just electric.
yeah, yeah. Um, so you've conceded, right, in this whole league. You've conceded 50 goals.
That's way too much. Literally, I don't think anybody could stay up with conceding 50 goals unless they have an outstanding attack and outscoring a team, but not
One
many.
1.7 goals conceded.
Yes, horrendous.
And you've only had 2 clean sheets. I
That's right.
mean, I know that, like, being an Arsenal fan, we're not the best at clean sheets at the moment. There's nothing to brag about anyway. But like I say, we go back to the whole, this league is completely messed up. With the COVID thing, and it, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell how teams are looking, how they should be looking, because this isn't what we used to.
Yeah, I feel like with our defence, it was like at the end of September, Jack O'Connell, one of our most influential, I can't speak yet, like one of our best centre backs, like he went out injured because he had to have an operation on his knee, and he's still not back. So last season we had our defence sorted, our back five. I don't think changed for any game, as barring one or two for little knocks.
Yeah,
So we were solid. We had Dean Henderson in goal that we had the season before. All of them knew their system, what they had to do correctly, and just this season,
mm-hmm.
two of them had to change, and it might just be they didn't know what to do correctly, and then just gone on a bad run of form, and it went on from there.
Yeah.
But
And it doesn't
currently,
look good at the other end of the pitch either, because you've only scored 16 goals this whole season.
yeah, but that's due to not creating the chances that we did last season.
Yeah.
We have created some chances, and we have converted them, but we haven't been good on the counter attack. When we get onto the either side of the pitch, either side of the wing, basically we're not putting in the crosses. We keep on passing it about, and if you're doing that, you need to make some threatening passes in for the strikers. Well, they just try to keep hold of it and then keep. And if they press us for a bit, it will probably go back to the goalkeeper, and we keep hold of the ball, but we're not creating anything with it.
Yeah, yeah, of course. What in the summertime? What changes need to be made then? Do you think?
I believe like I want to go back to what we had in the championship. Like we had instead of a flat back three in the middle, we had two more defensive midfielders, and then we had like an attacking creative midfielder in Duffy that we had. I feel like if we can get somebody creative that can like create chances out of nothing for the strikers, then we can progress in the championship, but also probably reinforcing some more options at back. And I feel up front, we do potentially have the quality to challenge for the title in the championship with McBurney, Brewster, Burke. Mousset's been a bit hit and miss because of injuries this season, but he wasn't playing before when he was at Bournemouth. And we also have McGoldrick and Sharp, like some more experienced players that have proven that they are good in that league.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if we can get at the start a good run of form with whoever's managing the team, then that we could push on. So just centre backs and goalkeepers for me.
Yeah.
Not goalkeepers, midfielders.
Yeah. Let's look at your next 5 games after the international break. Your first game you've got is against Leeds, which is basically a derby.
The Yorkshire derby, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big one as well, isn't it? Like, to be fair,
they're always a big rivalry between us and Leeds. I like it's probably from the history. I don't know anything from the time that I'm watching, but like there's always been like a fierce rivalry. I feel like it might be due to way back when Leeds might have been extremely dirty, I think, and it's just like United always had a hatred for Leeds and vice versa, and it's always been a very good match to watch.
You know, when you look at Leeds, right, them coming into the Premiership this season, they do remind me a little of how Sheffield United came into the Prem, because full out attacking football. Do you know what I mean? It and that's how you was. Because every time a team does come up, I mean, they do get that second wind that they want to push even more, but then it seems to drop. Do you know what I mean? Like the next season, then it's kind of like that ambition is gone.
Yeah, like you have in the first season, you always have something to prove to say that you are worth being in this league, and then it's like what I say, the second season syndrome comes in. But Leeds, like to be honest, this season have been great. They have some great attacking players in Rafinha. Rodrigo, it's been hit and miss. He's come on the bench quite a few times, but like from the time that he was at Valencia in Spain, I think it was, he was very creative, very highly rated in Spain. And then Bamford, he's been scoring quite a lot of goals, scoring all of his chances that he's got in. And I'm sad to say that he actually wasn't picked for the England team. He was on good form, but just currently there's like a bunch of great strikers in the Premier League that are English.
Yeah.
So it is big competition for places in England.
Yeah. Your next game after that is against us. And I reckon that is going to be a tough game for Arsenal against you, because you're in that relegation zone. I think can you get out of it?
Mathematically, yes. Realistically, probably not.
No.
But I've like our mentality. If we stick at it, we will give any team a good fight for it. And I feel like if Paul Heckingbottom can bring the team back together, might be able to get on a bit of a better form, and hopefully not just be slightly over 2 digits at the end of the season.
Yeah. You got Wolves straight after that as well.
Always been a tough game. in the Championship before they were promoted. They were really good. They were creative. They're still being creative. They're still pushing on, being mid-table, pushing for Europe in occasions, and they do have the quality for that. Even though all of them are Portuguese.
Yeah. Then you got Brighton.
Now that's going to be an interesting game because they might still be like in the relegation battle, and you never know. At the end of the season, it might be the difference between beating us or losing against us that they
And
stay up.
Yeah. And then your fifth game is against Tottenham. And just before we talk about Tottenham, them 5 games there, they're not going to be easy, are they? On paper, that looks like a tough. If we had that draw right there, I'd be like, maybe 6 points, maybe.
Yeah. In our current form, we'd be lucky to pick up 3, but I feel like we will give everything in our club to beat all the clubs. Like, we won't make that easy, even though it's looking like we will go down, but we will give 110% no matter what.
Yeah. Just before you leave, mate. So then 5 games that I've just said, how many points are you going to say you're getting out of them 15?
I'm hoping for 4. Like, beat Brighton and possibly pick up a point against either Leeds or Wolves if we're like all right in the defence. But we're probably not going to pick up any. Possibly one draw against Brighton, but I'm hoping.
That's it. If you're going to get one,
yeah.
I mean, that one. Do you know what? I have to laugh because that one's probably going to be against us. We'll probably pick the draw.
Yeah, you never know. It might be like a really close game. Either one of us leading 1 goal for quite a lot of it, and then I would probably say it might be a lucky injury time winner.
Yeah,
if it has to go anywhere in that match.
But like you say, against Leeds, that's a big derby. That could end up being a draw. Wolves, again, they're like in the same with that kind of mid-table kind of way. Do you know what I mean? That there could be another draw. Might even grab a win out of that. And like you say, with Brighton as well. So I think maybe there is a chance there.
There is a chance, but you never know. With football, it could be unpredictable. You never know. We could win every single game. We could come in a good run of form.
The thing is now, because how many games are left? We've got 10 games or something like that.
Yeah, but if we could win every game, if it's 10 games, that's 30 points. That would put us on 44 points. That's probably enough to stay up, but it's very unlikely with the amount of quality teams that we're coming up against. Yeah.
Well, Luke, it's squeaky bum time, as they say in the league. So hopefully you can grab some more points and stay up. Thanks for coming on the show, mate. I hope you stay well. And I hope to see you soon. Hopefully you'll be able to come over for a holiday.
Yeah, hopefully we can. I'm missing the sun.
Yeah. You stay safe, mate. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the One Way Football. And we shall see you in a couple of weeks' time for the Big Prem podcast. Thank you, Luke. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
One Way Football.